I gotta be honest, prior to trying out the kit, I wasn't very familiar with the brand at all. It really wasn't. I mean, I've definitely known the name for a while, and I've played on a few kits here and there in teaching and at different venues, but never had any real experience with it, no. From it, I was very surprised at how great it sounded, to be honest. I really didn't have any expectations though. I had an open mind. I had some great drummers that play the brand already, give me some good recommendations, so I knew that if they like it, I respect their judgment. So that's kind of where the open-mindedness came from, about being able to listen and just expand the horizons, I guess. Right. So I was pleasantly surprised. Please don't. I think it's uniquely different and it's preferred for me. The type of music that my band plays in general, it's very loud, very heavy. I like my drums to sound big. I like the toms to sound like bass drums. My floor tom, I tune so low that it's like a bass drum, So when I put the heads on, I just kind of tighten them finger tight, hit around, and they had so much power. It could be the way I tuned it, but they had so much presence. They had a lot of power. They're great. I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Resonance, where it wasn't too much overtone, but it has just the right amount of bass presence. That when I would hit the bass drum, I felt it in my chest right away. The toms, I felt it in my chest. It was definitely, it was exciting. What I like about the snare drums, well, this one I'm yet to try, but I thought of trying this today. This one over here, it's loud as can be, and I really look for a loud snare drum, and also a snare drum that has a lot of full body. If I tune this really tight, I can still get a lot of body and a lot of high end and a lot of attack, and it's very loud, big crack. But if I tune it a little bit more mid to low, I get a lot of body to it. I can really hear the drum itself, what it sounds like. And it just fills the room, cuts through the music. That's what's really important. We have, in Periphery, we play with 3 guitar players, bass, vocals, backing tracks. So the drums need to cut through. On the album they cut through, so live they need to cut through, and that's why I look for a snare, and this absolutely cut through.
Is that all mine or yours too?
They were looking for a really big snare drum that it was like I guess arena rock or stadium rock. They were looking for something big. So I tried this out, and the engineer who works in that room all the time, works with all sorts of different drums, threw a mic on it, and that was it. Didn't have to work with it at all. We got perfect tones. It was great. So he was really. These drums are powerful sounding. The music, even the parts that are more quiet, not quiet, but more mellow or more melodic, if you will, it has a place for it. You can use that. It's perfect. I don't know. It makes the process easier because I can hear what I want to hear when I hit. I guess that makes if that makes sense. If I envision something in my head and go to play it, and it's not what I envisioned, then I got to work with the drum set. The way that this is tuned, I know I can count on playing what I hear in my head. I've used Tama Cobras, DW 5000s, 9000s, 8000s. I've used Pearl Eliminators, Pearl Demon Drives. So kind of picking all around the block. This is by far my favorite. Everybody has their preference, but for me, I like this pedal for a couple of reasons. Can I get specific?
Yes, please.
Okay. One, I like that it's a slim design. I like that the floorboards here, or the boards under the feet, they don't take a lot of space. And if you look at some of the other pedals, like, they'll be out to here, with just the pedal piece. And I like playing predominantly with the right foot if I can, with my right foot. So and being able to use the hi-hat instead of the left foot keeping time. So if it's too big here, my foot's too far away.
Right.
This kind of I can push it a little bit closer. It still hits the hi-hat. It works out great. The other thing I like about it is a lot of times I couldn't find the right tension, springs. And with this, one, it's really easy to tighten it to set the right tension. Just kind of loosen it up top and bottom, and then it locks in place. Sort of like it's not a memory lock, but you can set it to where exactly you want it. It's not going anywhere. But I like that I have a lot of tension, but the pedal doesn't feel like it's too tight.
Right.
It gets just the right amount of tack backwards that I need, right? But forwards, it allows me to give the pressure. I like to play with my leg. I like to use the weight of my ankles, the weight of my legs. So this gives me that weight, but also it's very free and fluid and comes right back.
We like to talk.
I'd never really heard of Mapex kit before, other than used ones at Guitar Center or whatever. But this is my first experience with it. It was amazing. The kick drum is the first thing that got me because it sounds like a EQ'd process, in your face, slamming kick drum. And there was nothing. There wasn't even a pillow in it, right? It was finger tightened, which is the way we like to do it. And it sounded ridiculous. And actually, we've been using that kick drum on tour. I thought that 2 of the bands yesterday were using triggers on their kick drums. I swear. I thought they were using triggers. I found out they weren't after the set. That's how good that thing sounds. And I said that basically, I live in an apartment, but if ever I were to live in a place where I could have a drum set, now that is the kit I'm going to buy, is a Mapex kit. Just for the kick drum. But then this snare drum is just ridiculous. Because I like loud metal snare drums. I like them to cut through everything. We have 3 guitar players in our band. We use a lot of mid-range. So the snares get eaten up if they aren't loud. There's not a lot of snares that can really keep up with us. This thing is loud and it sounds great. It sounds great when you hit it hard. And the toms are like that too. They sound like little bass drums because we finger tighten, Just finger.
Don't it?
No, because what he does is he usually only plays with a floor tom. That's it. And there's a lot of parts where you use it like a bass drum. And it's it was cool in the past, but it never really sounded right because the toms, your toms always sounded a little bit smaller and they didn't have that attack to it, But now, when he does those parts, it really sounds like double bass, but it's really cool. And you sent him other toms too, so we were messing around with that too. The whole kit just sounds, it's attack central. It's the perfect metal kit because it's just you hit it hard and it's very rewarding. It doesn't bottom out at all. It's just the harder you hit, the louder it sounds, better it sounds. So I love it.
He can tell you all that.
Working with a drum company is not just about the drums. Granted, the drums are great, and it is about the quality of the sound and the product, and the product's top notch. So I'm extremely happy about that. My interaction with so far the rest of the company has been great. Really appreciate everything you guys have done. So I'm very excited. I feel like I can call you guys for anything, and I feel like nothing would be out of the question to talk about. You know what I mean? I feel like if there was an idea that I had about drums or something with the band, it would never be turned down. It would always be listened to, and how can we make it work? So for me, that's what I'm looking for, and I think Mapex brings that to the table.
Wow. Thank you. Dude, I would listen.
The best way to contact me, since now everyone's on Facebook now, just go to facebook.com/Matt Halpern Drummer, and you can add me on there, shoot me a message if you're interested. Basically, the deal is this: I teach at home, so if you're in the Baltimore, Virginia, Washington D.C. area, you can get to me that way. But on tour as well, we teach at or outside all the venues that we play at. I have a pretty open roster, always booking, always looking to work with new people. So please feel free to hit me up, and I'll give you all the details on that. I also teach online if you're interested as well, so give me a shout. Hi, my name is Matt Halpern, and I play drums for the band Periphery, and the drums that I choose to play are Mapex drums because performance is everything.